You
yeah.
said you need an editor, and I said I could do it for money.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Offer still stands.
Forgot about that. I don't. That is just taking so long to get off the ground.
Well, it is certainly something to consider, but for now, welcome back to In the Oven with Pie. I'm your host, Pie, and joining us today we have two of our returning esteemed guests. Please, would you like to introduce yourselves again?
You can go first. You can go first. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I am Seth.
Seth MacFarlane, Trader Family Guy.
You said Seth and then silence.
Yep. Seth, followed by an awkward silence. That is my full name.
Yes,
yeah.
Write it down.
And my name is Chris, and I have a more demonic, evil profile picture this episode.
He's going through his emo phase.
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
start.
Context of
I was gonna say something horrible. I was gonna say something so bad. You are lucky that I have some self-control.
Okay, but
you really do.
I'd like to get this out of the way before.
Also, can I just say it's fucking crazy how it's difficult for me to not use your real names.
Chris.
Yes.
Please, before we start with anything, I'd like to get this out of the way really quick. If you can see, I have gotten a new logo for this show, and I would like to thank my very good friend, PK Throwback, for creating it for me. She is a great artist, and I insist that anyone who is listening to this, please follow her on Twitter and Instagram and get her commissions. Please, she is a great friend of mine. She's been doing a lot
the
of
deal,
work for me.
people. Do all that stuff.
Send a guy to your house with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
He's not going to do anything, but he's just going to stand on your front lawn.
If you do not follow this person, we will find you.
Yeah, please follow her. She's a great artist.
I love that you have no problem with us practically
threatening
your listeners. We're not actually going to do it.
They're not.
Hardwing.
They're not.
Hey, listen.
Did you say wink?
I said wink.
Okay.
I did.
You said wink?
I did.
God, you're on
that
a roll.
tired.
You're on a roll for like doing the nerdiest shit today
just
for
with
some reason.
I feel like it fits really well with what your avatar is right now. Just that.
Have you figured out what my avatar is yet? Have I told you?
I believe it should be a camel or something, right?
It's from an old John Trent video. It's from
He's just like
the claws of
I'm popular now. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Which a friend of ours dared me to put as my profile picture on Discord, and I did it because
something else.
It's beautiful.
I'd like to get out of the way is something that's been going on the internet for bits, and I think it's pretty cool. Of course, I am talking about the trailer for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure: Stone Ocean. None of you listening, or probably my friends right now, don't give a crud about that.
You brought up a topic that me and Hayden, you didn't even tell us to look at this trailer before you introduced it into the podcast.
Please, okay, I'm going to pause this right now. Go watch it.
Me?
Yes.
I'm not a weed.
No, I don't want to watch it. That disrupts the flow of the podcast.
You disrupt the flow of the podcast. I
disrupt the flow of the podcast. I'm trying to do the damn thing.
Well, okay, I'm going to...
Am I wrong?
Well, I really do think y'all should watch it, okay? I'm sure at least you, Chris, have heard Giorno's theme, right?
I have. I gotta say, it's, in my opinion, one of the only redeemable qualities of the show.
Well, then shut up, because Jolene's theme has taken it to a next level. It is intense.
Cool.
No, I highly recommend it. And the coolest part is, I'm starting to sponsor JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I just really love the series.
I feel like most fans of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are just like they're just free advertisement machines. They go around to different servers and shit and like, JoJo? Have you watched JoJo? And JoJo? It's like a parasite.
Well, I think I know what I'm gonna title this episode now.
Yeah, name it Parasite, and then confuse people from the Korean movie.
Yeah,
that we'll talk.
The Oscar nominated, worth it, Oscar winning movie, Parasite. Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Okay.
I've only seen like half of it.
Bro, why?
It's really good, and you can find it for free on some.
Don't
pretty decent
promote
spots, but
piracy. Don't promote piracy.
I'm not promoting or not promoting anything. I'm just saying you can find it places that you don't necessarily have to pay for, and it's good. I watched it with my buddies at college.
Yeah.
Twice, and it was pretty good.
My
The
favorite
ending's a
part is
little
just-
whack, but it's pretty good.
My favorite part of that whole situation is just how butthurt everyone was because of how many Oscars it won.
Yes.
It was just hilarious because there are people who are just like Joker, which I did
Was
enjoy.
it?
He won Best Actor,
Yeah,
so I was
dude,
fine with that.
Walking deserved that. Walking deserved that.
Absolutely, that was an amazing performance.
It was such a good performance. I
I
mean, I get like, obviously,
I got comments from my nana who does not watch that kind of movie. She watched it just on like a spur of the moment kind of thing, and she was like, "Oh my god, it was the best thing ever.
it's so
His
good.
performance was so visceral and real." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's
I know,
that is true."
but and then why are they making a sequel though?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
They are?
Yes,
Hold on.
I'm like
hold on.
80% sure they are making a
Oh
sequel.
my god, it's a thing. Why
Yep.
is this a thing?
Yep.
That should not be a thing.
It
Why
should not be a
not?
thing.
Why not?
Why do you think it should be? They're ruining it.
What do you mean they're ruining it?
Joker 2 cast. Who's coming back for Joker 2?
Who's coming back?
Joaquin Phoenix will surely be back as Arthur Fleck, aka Joker.
I mean, obviously.
And according to the first film reports, Warner Films had a sequel option in place for the Star Return. Why?
I don't know.
Why? Just
This-
so
it's
not.
unnecessary.
I genuinely don't see the problem with this.
Because it's another one of those cash grabs that you and I talk about all the time. How they
I
just
mean-
cash grab a movie sequel for the sake of.
Here's the thing, though. Like
Money.
we do talk about that a lot, but like
It's open and shut.
I think you gotta wait until you see like if you see the trailer and it's pretty obvious that this was just a cash grab. Absolutely
I
shit
mean,
on
has the
it,
trailer
but, like,
been?
Well, there's no
The trailer
trailer
been-
yet because
there's
it's,
no
It's
trailer
in
yet.
it's
It's
in
still in
pre-production.
it's in pre. Yeah.
Maybe the director had like a pretty neat idea to continue the story, and
I
you
don't
know,
see how they would.
after becoming the top-rated, grossing rated R movie of all time, you're gonna
They
leave money on
became
the
the top
table.
rated?
No,
Well, Todd Phillips is coming back
Yeah.
to director, which is awesome. So.
Okay, that's good.
exactly.
That's good.
I mean, so long as you don't go like full corporate mayhem on it.
No,
it's
yeah,
fine.
no.
Here's the thing. It's Warner Brothers, right? And they've been killing it lately.
They
I
have been.
think,
Have
in
you,
my
have
opinion.
y'all seen Animaniacs?
I have not.
No.
But I mean, in terms of like the superhero DC stuff,
Oh yeah.
they've been crushing.
Oh
it,
yeah.
I
Have
think.
y'all seen the new news about the Flash movie?
I have not.
The fact that they're basically doing the Flash movie with the multiverse and the Spider-Man movie with the multiverse,
Kind of.
trying to see who can get the multiverse going first.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I enjoyed. Obviously, the best part of the Snyder cut of these. Words are hard. The
If
Snyder
you're- if
cuts of
you're-
Justice League. The best scene was when the Flash was running. Wait.
I've got mixed feelings about the Snyder cut, and if you want to know why, I'm gonna do a plug here for a YouTuber. Watch Mahler's Unbridled. Oh, what the hell is it called? Unbridled Rampage on the Snyder cut, because it pretty much breaks down why it's still not a great.
It's not.
movie.
It's not like.
Question.
It's not like it's one of my top 10 movies, but like.
No, but like
Compare it
people
to-
say it's
compare it
I have a
Justice.
question.
Eh.
I have a question.
What?
what?
Did you watch that review first? Or did you watch the Justice League?
Actually,
Oh
yeah.
no, I watched the Justice League first.
Okay. Okay.
And then I've watched both of them, and then I watched the review, and I agreed a lot with the
Because
review.
I think that's something we should.
He goes a little-
specify.
yeah,
We should specify. Watch the movie first,
yes.
then watch
Then
the
Yeah,
make
review.
your
of course.
Then,
Always-
then you're allowed
always-
to form your own opinions.
always. And I'm not saying that I think that my opinion is correct. I'm just saying that there are a lot of things that are pointed out in that review that kind of put like Joss Whedon's
It was terrible.
Justice League was terrible.
It was.
That's
just, They did-
universally accepted.
they did
but-
Gal. They did
Yeah.
Gal so dirty.
The Snyder cut was not that much better.
And Cyborg, don't forget about Cyborg.
Cyborg
they just
was
cut
like
him.
the only character that was actually given a lot more to work with.
Yeah, I mean,
in
like
the
the sequence of like him sort of doing everything with his powers, like that was just great. I found it so interesting.
Again, I'm not a DC fan to begin with, so I'm
But I mean, honestly, I just
very
like,
much
I think they're cool.
hypercritical, but yeah. None of these movies are
Bad.
terribly bad.
They're not like
I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, compared to
prefer
like
them.
all the terrible ones, like compared to all the terrible ones DC's been putting out, it's like also you said did you say you watched the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I've seen.
Yes, we watched.
Okay, just again, but like I'm kind of relieved it did good.
Yeah.
That movie is going to be used as a jump off point for HBO to start doing what Disney Plus is doing, where they've started to make Marvel like direct tie-in Marvel shows, because Netflix cornered the market on streaming services providing tie-in shows. If you haven't seen The Punisher, go watch it. It's an amazing TV show. Like, it gets the Punisher's character down to a T, in my opinion.
So that's your
shameless plug for Netflix right
So
there.
that's your favorite of like the Defenders series?
Well, yes and no. I consider that to be different from the Defenders. I'd say Daredevil is probably the best out of the Defenders, just because
honestly, I just enjoyed Luke Cage. I found that fun.
Luke Cage was fun. Iron Fist, I liked. Jessica Jones, I liked. The Defenders could have been a lot better and could have been used in
I feel like
Civil War, but
they could have probably done a bit better with the tie-in.
yeah, but I mean, they tried, and
I don't know.
Agents of Shield was really good.
Disappointed with the outcome.
No, I mean they were good shows. They were very good shows.
Yeah,
and
I had a lot of fun watching them.
Yeah, and I don't think any of them were bad per se. I'd say that some of the Inhumans TV show was not great, even though I love the guy who played oh my god, what's his name? No, Black Bolt's brother. I love him because because he, I don't know if this is his actual name, but his actor is in Game of Thrones and he plays one of the hands down best villains of all time.
Isn't that the one with the dog? They have that teleporting dog.
Yes.
But did he appear?
Lockjaw, I believe.
Lockjaw
yes, I think he did.
Okay, I mean, was he actually a giant dog, or was he just like?
Yes,
tiny?
he was.
Okay,
he was a giant dog, which was really
What was
weird
Black
to
Bolt
watch.
like? Because honestly, I've always found Black Bolt really interesting.
Pretty accurate to the source material. He couldn't speak because he didn't have the helmet part of his costume.
I thought it was just like a cowl he had. I didn't realize
I mean, yeah, it's a helmet, cowl, interchangeable word. But yeah, I found his. I mean, the show was rather poorly written, in my opinion, but I think they got his character pretty well locked down.
Oh wait, oh god, that just reminded me. New Mutants. Did that come out?
New Mutants did come out, and I really like it.
Okay, like I have not been able to see it because like it's been in limbo for years.
I know. I rented it right like mid-pandemic in the middle of winter. It was the Redbox. It's on whatever street.
Still use Redbox?
I do because I enjoy using DVDs.
I can say that.
I mean, I rented a VHS a while back. Okay, I am.
Dude, I haven't rented the VHS since I was like
old
7.
School crap. But yeah, no, I really like it because I thoroughly there's parts of me that like the Fox X-Men just a little bit more than the MCU, depending on the movie.
The MCU X-Men are only Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
They are not X-Men, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, technically, but
but yeah, no.
According to the source
mutants,
material, they are, but they just can't say mutants for whatever reason.
Yeah, except they're not, because the retcon that was like the Marvel's version of the New 52 turned them into like not mutants. It's confusing and weird, and I don't.
They got its power, its Mind Stone stuff, I believe.
No, I'm talking about the comics.
The comics, not the MCU, not like WandaVision.
Well, did you watch WandaVision?
No.
Okay. Well, she always had latent powers. Pietro, no idea in terms of the MCU.
I don't think he did.
Probably not. Even though they totally wasted his character.
I mean, I liked it. I liked that they actually. I found it fun that they recasted him as the Fox.
Well, that's the possible tie-in is the Ralph Boner person is the FBI person that Jimmy was sent to find.
Oh yeah, Jimmy.
Because of the multiverse. But there's
I don't know. I found that really entertaining.
Yeah.
Like I think it was clever.
Yeah. Anyway, point is, New Mutants not for everybody, but very, very much of a.
I like
movie,
Anya
but
Taylor-Joy.
very good.
I like
Anya Taylor-Joy was really creepy, but really good.
Was she magic?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the hero name.
I love Maisie Williams, so her role as Wolfsbane was just awesome.
Cool.
I can't remember the girl that plays the Moonstar, but she did a really good job. The brother from Stranger Things played
Johnny.
Cannonball,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
He just used like forward momentum to shoot himself.
Yeah, I had mixed feelings about Sunspot, but
I have to double check all these mutants.
and I like the quote unquote bad superhero genre of movies where it's like movies that have minimal cast, minimal funding, and end up being like box office bombs.
You mean like Steel with Shaquille O'Neal or something?
Not that one.
I think you misinterpreted what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
So like Daredevil.
Yeah, like kind of. That movie's just funny.
It's fun.
That is a
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, yeah, because it's got the two things that you need from a Nick Cage movie. All the dialogue is either whispered or screamed.
Yeah.
And everything's on fire.
Obviously, he is on fire.
Yeah. I'm quoting SNL for that joke, but yeah.
It's okay. SNL steals jokes all the time.
I'm sure. But yeah, no, that the first Ghost Rider was really good. I have only seen the second Ghost Rider once.
Honestly, it's
don't
equally,
remember
It's
anything
equally
about it.
a crazy ride.
I genuinely don't remember anything about that one.
He channels his Ghost Rider ability into like an excavator chainsaw. He just wrecks house. That was like the coolest part of the movie.
You know, that is a very Nick Cage thing.
Of course it is. It's great.
Which is, this is great.
It's great.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I'm all about just random crap happening in, like Kick-Ass is also
Kick-Ass, Kick-Ass.
a very underrated superhero vigilante movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say superhero movie, vigilante movie.
Oh, and going back, have you all heard of like the new like smaller stuff Nick Cage has been in?
No.
Like, have you all not heard of Mandy?
I have not.
It's an acid trip. It's an acid trip.
I did hear about the one that is basically Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, that one.
Willy's Wonderland or some shit like that.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland. I think that one has a former Vine star starring it.
Oh, fucking end me now. If that's the case.
I can't remember the name. It's like something. And like one of the movies was, Willy's Wonderland. He's in the Croods. I forgot about that. Color Out of Space. That one's based off of a. Who's the scary dude?
From
Lovecraft.
There's tons of scary dudes.
Lovecraft. That one's based off Color Out of Space. That one's based off the Lovecraft story.
Nice.
Yeah, it was his recent movies are just a lot of acid trips. It's a lot of fun.
I like Nick Cage.
He is one of those actors.
Apart from the National Treasure duology, which is
I love National Treasure.
Really good.
I will stand by that forever.
Yeah. The most Nick Cage movie that you could possibly watch is Face Off.
Oh,
because it is such a weird. Yes, it is such a weird movie, but it's so good because at one point you have John Travolta playing Nick Cage and Nick Cage playing John Travolta, and it just something about it just works.
It's
weird, but it works.
I mean, you know, it was supposed to be Arnold and Stallone, right?
I know.
I mean, it was supposed to be that, but like, I don't think it's the worst thing that now we have this.
Oh my god. Imagine them doing each other's accents.
Oh, it'd be great!
They left so much fucking money on the table there. That is insane.
That would be so...
I feel like, would that make it better or worse?
That would make it matter.
So much. It would be a completely separate movie.
Obviously.
It adds an element of like, how is this gonna work to the film?
No.
People,
you
out of curiosity,
think, like,
people just go and see
Stallone, his mumbling, versus Arnold's just roboticness. It's great.
It'd be really funny if it would have been a Terminator movie.
Wait, Terminator versus Rocky.
I would watch that. It would be bad, but I'd watch it.
No, Terminator versus Rambo. Because both of them are in, like, the new Mortal Kombat.
That's true.
Yeah. I'd say it would probably be more interesting to see Rocky versus
I still need to see...
You just want to get Rocky... You just want to see Rocky's shit get caved in by the Terminator.
Kinda, but maybe.
I don't know.
Let's be real.
What is something... I still need to see Rambo. I mean, quick, y'all have seen Rocky 4, right?
I've seen Rocky.
I've seen all the Rockies, but I, again, don't remember anything about them.
I don't know, because obviously Rocky 4 is like the... It's bad, but it's like it's the one one people think of like most besides the original.
Which one is that one again?
That's the one where he fights Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, okay, the one with the training montage
With
and the
Drago.
steroids and
Yeah.
It's
just it's a lot of fun.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, and then
watched
also Apollo.
Yeah.
Apollo is great. No, Creed.
Creed.
I'm sorry,
Creed.
Creed.
Yes.
I love Creed. I loved Creed.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the
I like
second one
Creed.
might have been better than the first. Just with like the
they kind of both flow as just one movie.
they kind of do. You don't need to watch both to like get the story.
Yeah, but if you watch. If you watch them back to back, it kind of flows, but yeah, you get the same
Yeah.
story beats in both.
I don't know. You gotta just like literally.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
And-
what people think most of when they think of. I mean, that's why I think like Rocky villains. You think of Dolph Lundgren. I mean, obviously
going back
you had
to
Creed.
Creed.
Who played Apollo Creed again?
Oh god.
Michael B. Jordan.
Is that a,
No, that's his son.
Oh, that's a son. Sorry.
Michael B. Dude, that was like in the 80s. Michael B. Jordan was.
Oh, I thought you meant the fucking kid.
No, not the kid.
Oh, that's why I said Michael B. Jordan, because I thought you
Michael
were
B.
talking
Not
about
the
the kid.
He fought Dolph Lundgren's kid, Ivan Drago, or something.
Mm.
On the subject of Nick
Carl
Cage,
Weathers,
though,
that's who it was.
there you go. On the subject of Nick Cage, he played Spider-Man Noir in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, he did.
Totally forgot about that.
Honestly, my favorite thing, he was awesome, but John Mulaney as Spider-Ham. That was the best part.
Absolutely.
Did you hear he's going on tour again?
Oh, good.
I know. It
Glad
means
he's out of rehab.
Yeah, he's out of rehab. That's good.
He divorced his wife though, which
I thought she divorced him.
I don't know.
I've
I've read both at this point.
Let's
good
not
for
get
both
into
of
that. But just like I'm proud. I'm glad he's out of rehab. Obviously.
Yeah. It's honestly, I was just surprised that they actually put Spider-Ham into a movie.
It was so good.
just right out the way.
That's why I wanted to see the movie to begin with.
Which I just wanted to see it because it's a Disney, or it's a.
I mean, it was.
I almost said Disney movie because it was
Sony.
It's a Marvel movie, and again one of the movies that I think is just a great standalone.
Is beautiful. Like normally,
superhero
a
movie.
weird thing for me, I don't like rewatching Spider-Man movies for some reason. But like, I really enjoyed watching this one. Rewatching this one.
I think I've seen about 5 or 6 times at this point.
I don't know because like.
And I will watch it another 10 times.
Did they
just
take
for
it off?
the sake of...
They took it off Netflix. Sadly,
They
right?
took it off Netflix because
Yeah.
they're gonna put it on whatever Sony is doing as their version of.
I mean, I constantly
I remember watching it on Netflix, and then midway through, it just got taken
I
off.
don't know. I was on a call,
jeez.
I think,
That
and I was
fucking
trying to
sucked.
watch it, but like it went too far, so it just sort of, I just couldn't finish it. I mean, I always just rewatch the Leap of Faith scene over and over again because it's great.
Of What's Up Danger in my
It's
That's
awesome.
Yeah. And
if I could play a clip of it now, I totally would, but DMCA.
So, yeah.
You could put it like in a small corner with no audio, and it get cleared.
Just
Or you
play
can do
it. Just play it there while we continue talking.
Just have the entire Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse play. Yeah, right now.
As we talk about stuff.
In the corner, no audio. Just like a visual. Just only the visual.
There, I will put the visual. If I can get it figured out, I will put the visual of that scene in the corner.
Please do.
I will do that.
That's a question. Have you seen the Wesley Snipes Blade movies?
I've seen the first one.
Because those are some very
weird
they're
movies. They're super intense.
They're intense and they're good, but they're weird.
Also, yeah, didn't Wesley Snipes do a lot of crazy stuff on set? Like at least for the third one.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, yeah. I don't remember any of the specifics, so we're not getting mad.
It's not like he did Jared Leto crazy. Not even crazy, just stupid.
There's a borderline of method acting that goes from really cool to just a little bit crazy. Oh my god, there's Marvel anime series. Nope.
Oh yeah, what if?
Nope, we're not. No, not that one.
Not that
one? There's Marvel anime Iron Man, Wolverine, X-Men, and Blade.
Oh, is that the one where there were kids?
I mean, superheroes.
Like Tony Stark's like a kid or something in one of those, right?
Oh yeah.
No.
There was a show like that.
I don't know. I remember there being an anime I watched, sort of quote-unquote anime I watched of like Punisher and Black Widow.
No, that's not this. It's a 4-season or 4. Okay. Marvel Anime is a series of 4 anime superhero television series and 2 direct-to-video films produced in collaboration between Marvel Entertainment and Japanese animation studio Madhouse.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so that I've seen maybe one of these episodes, and that's all that needs to be said about that.
Okay, I remember this one movie that it was like I can't remember, but like it was pretty much like kids of the Avengers. Like there was Cap and Black Widow's kid, Storm and Black Panther's kid, Wasp and Ant-Man. Apparently there was like a whole thing, like it was in the future after Ultron messed everything up. It was kind of cool. It was a pretty cool movie. At least from what I remember.
It's been Future Wars, but I don't know.
It's not Future Wars.
Maybe not. Let me see if I can find that, because I know what you're talking about. That I think I may have seen it maybe once. I also love the fact that technically the initial timeline of the Fox. Why do I keep saying
Disney? It's not in the MCU.
Fox. No, it's not in the MCU.
It's separate because that's all I'm getting. It's just all of MCU.
You got to go to just straight Marvel movies, but
I know, yeah.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Oh, here it is.
And I think the Daredevil and Elektra movies.
It's not Next Avengers.
Both take place in the initial timeline of the X-Men movies that are the Fox X-Men movies, which was canon, I think, initially, which is hilarious. And I think the
it was Next Avengers. That's what it was.
Yeah, it sounds about right. We're talking about 2
Next
separate
Avengers,
things. So
Heroes of Tomorrow. It's like
people listening,
all their
good
kids.
luck.
Yeah, it was on Netflix for a hot second.
You can get Planet Hulk movie for free on YouTube.
Okay.
Genuinely, it just has.
Yeah, that's
pretty good.
Yeah, because I remember that being a fun movie. I remember that being like a fun arc people liked.
I mean, the comic is really interesting. The movie.
I mean, again, the closest we will ever get to Planet Hulk is Ragnarok. Which I think I'm fine with that because.
Hey, you never know. Marvel likes to pull stuff like.
Like you're saying, we'll get a movie of what happened with Hulk while he was on Zakar.
I
It
mean,
might
we got a
even just-
movie about.
They might just do a
Black
what
Widow,
if series if Thor never came around.
Which,
I
if
can see that. I can
what
see
if
that.
goes into season 2, I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Right now,
Which-
I've talked with some friends about it, and they thought it was really weird.
Oh, I love it.
You did?
They do that in the What If series.
Yeah, the
Comes
What If
out
series.
on Wednesday. Yeah, I love it because it totally buys into the whole multiverse thing that they're setting up, and
And
I
I guess
think it
they-
is supposed to be canon. So
I mean, Yondu and T'Challa is kind of interesting. I'll give it that.
that's that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
The
but
first
other than
one,
that,
though-
I have little interest.
Yeah, the first one is gonna be Captain Carter, which is what
Yeah.
if Peggy had been Captain America instead,
Yeah.
which I am fully on board
Huh.
for. Sounds like all kinds of fun.
I like how this tangent's gone for how long we've been ranting about movies.
Given that you and I talked over each other for a good 10 minutes there.
10
I'm sure
minutes.
it's great.
Jesus.
I don't know, like, so other movies that you would probably have to say you would have to put on your like top must-watch list. What do you think would those be?
Depends on the genre of movie.
Let's say just well, okay, I'll start like this. Just action. Like an
Ooh.
action adventure movie.
Kingsman, the first one.
Oh, yeah.
So that's definitely up there.
Comedy?
Comedy? Ooh. Too difficult. Too many
Can't
good
think about
ones. And way too many bad ones that are hilarious.
Horror.
Chris? That's your domain.
Well, for me, I don't know. I'm a fan of the older like 80s movies. I don't know. Thing was great. I enjoyed that a lot.
I like the Saw movies mainly because they're just like
You like-
cheesy.
I honestly, I can see that. I mean,
Yeah.
the most recent one was just weird.
I
The twist didn't make sense.
honestly stopped watching, so I don't remember.
No, like
But
I don't know, because like you got Chris Rock, you got Samuel
Chris
Jackson.
Rock was in that one? Seriously? Wait a minute. I'm gonna look this up because that sounds crazy.
Did he produce it? Yeah, he did.
Most
He produced it. Chris Rock produced
recent-
Produced Spiral.
Jigsaw movie. I find it very funny that I type in most recent. The first thing that comes up is
Yeah.
most recent drug deal, which makes
Yeah,
no sense.
Spiral
but-
from the book of Saw.
but yeah.
And apparently Samuel Jackson is his dad in this movie.
Hey, you know what? Good for him.
I mean, yeah.
Spiral. There we go. That's the one. Yep.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. I don't think I watched this one.
I don't think anyone did.
Well,
And I
You know,
wanted to. I
sometimes-
tried to, but then I just said, why? Why would I even bother?
I genuinely. Oh, in terms of other quote unquote horror movies, Split is really good. It's a very good thriller.
Repeat that again for the audience.
Shyamalan. What?
Repeat it again for the audience.
Split. It's the Jigsaw movie that's like the sequel to Unbreakable. And then Glass is the last one?
Split.
Yeah. Really good movie.
James
At least-
McAvoy does do really good in that movie.
He absolutely kills it in that movie. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy.
He's a really good actor. I love
I know,
his
I mean,
take
like-
on Professor X.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was Professor X.
Still is, as far as I'm aware.
Like,
That's the
Technically,
movie
yeah.
that's the movie that in terms of like not great X-Men movies.
I mean,
Phoenix-
obviously the best one of that was Days of Future Past. Like of that X-Men trilogy.
Well, it's a quad, whatever the
Dark
four-
Phoenix.
Yeah,
You
Dark
count
Phoenix,
Dark Phoenix
was the one
in
that
that? I
wasn't
mean,
great.
it's in the canon,
Yeah.
but I just
No,
can't-
yeah, that's the younger generation one.
don't know.
It takes place in the 80s. So
I
it's
just
part
find
of
it
that
good
one.
because obviously you have to have, obviously in most cases you have to have Wolverine in an X-Men movie.
Necessarily. He's
I
not
mean, that's
in-
like one of the selling points. But I think Days of Future Past was able to do it like well enough where it was smooth and not too shoehorned. Like in
his
the
death in Logan.
Yeah, that's-
He wasn't in New Mutants and he wasn't in Dark Phoenix.
yeah, I know.
Which
See,
I don't see as a missed opportunity.
way-
I just see that as just
the way
I
I
think
see
it
it, the
worked.
first X-Men movie, First Class, they had him there as like a cameo, and he's just like telling him to, like piss off or something.
best. That's not what he said, but that was the
I'm not
best
gonna
cameo
obviously.
ever.
I'm not gonna obviously. I mean, I
He
could
said
say it.
fuck off.
Yeah,
No, actually, he said "Go fuck yourself,"
Yeah.
and then it was
You're right.
it was misquoted in Days of Future Past as "fuck off."
and then but like, see, in the second one, I feel like they're able to actually like. I don't know, the word is like it's much more smoother with his part in the movie.
I mean, I love all of the X-Men movies. Not equally, but I love them just as much as I love the MCU movies, if not more. So,
I mean, I still need to. I honestly, I still need to watch like the first trilogy.
the first trilogy is
At least
Really?
At least the first two.
the first X-Men movie and then X2 are really good. The
Which
third
one is
X-Men
Juggernaut?
movie, X3.
Ah,
Technically.
I
I don't know if that's the
I mean, he has the
actual
line.
term for that,
He has the
but-
line.
on the Juggernaut, bitch, which is great.
I had fun with it. Oh yeah, it was. I don't know, it's like another X-Men ish with Deadpool. And I found it
X-Men, that's canon with the X-Men.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of is. Kind of is.
No, it is. It is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You are right. Never mind. They just
Yeah.
make someone do stupid jokes about it.
Well, yeah, because it's Deadpool.
They can't. Yeah, they can't. They can't
Yeah.
afford all. They can't afford James James
Except he's
McAvoy.
in the second one.
You think he can?
as just a
Does he have
cameo.
a speaking line? No.
No, they're just. I think Beast closes the door
Yeah.
so that they don't have to deal with him.
Yeah, the one dude who's the one who played him again. He's just like a more. He looks like a more
Oh,
successful Grant O'Brien.
What's his name? I
For
don't.
those who get that, for those who know who that person is, you get a star.
And for those of you that don't, you get brownie points.
Take with that what you will.
There we go. I can play Wikipedia tag just as much as anybody else can.
Right, playing with Wikipedia tag, we're trying to figure out what his name is.
Because I'm trying to figure out what the character is, so I had to find the X-Men film series. And there we go. That's not what I'm looking for. He's in. We'll go with Apocalypse. That is,
Yeah, Apocalypse.
is Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas
He
Hoult.
plays the young Beast.
Yes.
He does a really good job.
I don't know. I had fun with watching them. And I don't think any of them do a bad job. I think they're all pretty fun to like watch.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I don't know.
And I do like the retconning that they do in Days of Future Past, but I still like the original movies.
Didn't Patrick Wilson come back in like Days of Future Past?
What?
I thought like
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Sir Patrick Stewart. I apologize.
Yeah. He came back and then he just kind of
Yeah.
gave over the reins until Logan.
Yeah, he was just like, yo. And yeah.
Which, yeah, I can't tell
Just
you the
yo.
dilapidated state that the X-Men wiki is in and has been in for a really long time. And I mean to go in and edit it at some point.
What?
but-
You go in and edit it?
Yeah, because you can do that.
Do you have the account to be able to edit it?
I had one. I don't know if I still have it.
Well, then figure out if you have it or not, because you'll be doing the world a service, Mr. Seth.
I definitely intend to at some point. Timeline, wiki.
Bro,
There
yeah,
she is.
Keep typing. Keep typing.
Yep, found
ASMR
it.
typing.
Oh God, please no.
I thought you liked
As
ASMR.
much as I do, but not typing ASMR is
I don't know,
a
I
very
find
good
it,
way
I
to
find
get
it
a
kind of
headache.
relaxing. I've like typewriter ASMR. Have you done?
Typewriter is fine. Computer typing gives me a headache, but hey,
Ah.
like many other things, to each their own, and to
Yeah,
whatever they're into.
to each their
good for
own,
you.
to whatever you're into, and we'll judge you furiously. I feel like Chris is already judging us
I don't
furiously because we're talking about ASMR.
What?
Oh, he's not even paying
You think
attention.
he was paying attention?
He's not even paying attention.
I'm eating my pasta and my salad right now.
Well, I was still
What do
talking. I was having
Dinner.
dinner. Okay, you could. You have no excuse.
My excuse is that you guys started talking about a bunch of shit that I had no idea about, so I just stood quiet while you guys.
Okay, fine. It's you and me next episode then.
Okay.
You got flustered, man.
You know what? You know what sucks about this one is I don't have my other Mexican pal with me. If Nate was here, I would have a Mexican friend. I could be like, these fucking white people.
Shut up.
These fucking white people. Talking about.
This is
Granted,
gonna,
we
man,
also.
you are gonna be this is gonna be a very fun weekend coming up.
Yeah. We're gonna be near tons of white people.
I can't help it.
I mean, yeah, that whole area is just
It's kind of yeah.
as
undisclosed area that we are talking about. We plan to take a trip to.
I've been many
We're
times.
going to Spain.
We're going. Yes, we are.
We're going to Barcelona, Spain.
Is that offensive?
If anything,
Hope
it's not offensive enough.
Should I put it? Okay, now what should I? I'll just put the flag of Spain over you right now. Right.
Over
right
who?
now.
I was
Right
gonna
now, Seth.
over me.
I'll put it over you right now.
Go for it.
Just say when you're saying Barcelona, Spain.
I am not in any way Spanish, but if you think I am,
No, of course
vote
not.
on your phones now. And
Text-
the votes are in. I am not.
Text yes to 837-836. If you text that, I don't know
Please
what's gonna
don't do that.
happen. Don't do
Please
that.
don't do
You're
that.
gonna get on a list or something.
You're gonna get a virus. It's gonna be bad. We don't
Yeah.
wanna do
Dial
that.
911 to figure out what the fuck is happening right now.
Don't do that either.
Don't
do
do
it.
Please
that.
don't do that.
Children,
Do
don't-
it, please.
the children that are listening, don't flush your father's keys in the toilet.
Kids who are listening to right now, even if you are of the age of 3 and older, please continue to shit your pants. Don't follow the system. Don't let society strap you down to a toilet. Shit wherever you please. Piss wherever you want.
Oh,
Be
great!
an
I'm glad
individual.
this is what happens when you came back after our tangent.
Yes.
I'm just so beyond confused at this point.
I don't know, man.
Beyond confused. What do you think I was? You guys were talking about a bunch of Marvel shit I haven't seen.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm
I'm
just
just
saying
saying-
I'm confused.
Okay, fine. Chris, you pick the topic of conversation.
I believe he just did.
Piss and
Yes.
shit.
Yeah. Let's piss. If you had the privilege to piss and shit wherever you please, what would be the first place you would piss and shit?
But we're not having this conversation.
You said I got to pick the topic.
Well, it'd be a family-friendly topic.
No,
This
it's
is a
family
good Christian
friendly.
podcast.
It very
I can't
is,
say
even though
that's so
I'm the
straight.
only
It
one
is.
who is
Listen.
practicing the faith.
Yo, listen. If you say it's a
Ow.
Christian podcast, God gave us this earth, and He gave us this earth to use it. And if I intend to use it by pissing and shitting wherever I please, I feel like that's still in line with the code of the Bible.
Chris, I'm cutting this
I
out.
mean,
You're not
that's
cutting this
not.
out. This is the most I've talked on this podcast, and if you cut it out, that's gonna suck ass.
Oh, we're not answering. I'm not answering that question. Are you, Seth?
You don't have to answer it. It's
I have an answer to that question, but for the sake of you not getting a huge copyright strike on this
It's not-
video,
it's
How
I'm
is
not
it
going to
copyright
answer
strike?
that. Or not a copyright strike, a defamation strike.
I mean, I'm not getting.
I'm not
going
gonna
to
answer that
For
question.
this. I'm just doing this for fun.
I know,
Yeah.
but so that you don't get your channel just ripped apart.
Good point.
it's just you guys are making a big deal out of this.
Maybe we are. Maybe we aren't.
Whatever.
Okay, so. Okay, fine. Well, Chris, actually, recently you were talking about this new music you've been trying to figure out for your campaign, right?
Yeah, I like listening to creepy music.
Yeah, and you
Which,
sent me
like,
like a bunch of them, and one of them is now
very
on my playlist.
evident.
One of them
It
is now
is
on my
very
playlist,
evident in this campaign, which I'm in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I River.
I like creepy shit. And I like shit where I like describing. This is gonna
Yeah,
sound like I'm a it's like a sociopath, but
You
I
are.
like describing like intense scenes of violence.
I mean, from what I
Um,
was told, like by the others, like that scene
Yeah.
at the beginning of your campaign where it's like Arain was getting eaten. Seth's
Yeah.
character.
That is not the beginning of the campaign. That was
That
2
beginning of the
sessions
session.
ago.
The session.
Yeah.
And that was not the beginning of the session. That was the end of the session, which
I
was
mean,
No.
wasn't it so described at the
awful.
beginning?
This was so it was
Ah.
sort of the end of the last session, and then the next session we kind of started with combat.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could say it starts the next session, but it was
Yeah.
more focused on the fight than anything.
Yeah, of course, and like, I mean,
I think in
that's
terms
like,
of
go.
yeah, no, I think in terms of storytelling, if you want a serious moment, you describe something serious, and then in that scenario, one of the party members got eaten, and I'm not gonna just say they got eaten. Fight
Went
'cause
down like a badass.
You did, from what I was told. Yeah.
I'll admit it. You did fight. You did put on a good fight.
put on
but
a
the
great
fact that
fight.
you got the way you got into that fight was pretty.
It
pretty
was
dumb.
intense.
It was in character, and
Yeah,
that
it was-
character would have
it-
gotten into that fight.
It's fine if it was in character, but it was still pretty
Uh-huh.
hilarious. In my
Honestly,
opinion.
I mean,
mean-
Chris, the more I hear about your session, the more jealous I get about like your skill as a DM versus my skill as a DM.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just like to each their own.
I don't know, because
Yeah,
I
like
will say,
how I
though,
run is like, obviously I want to have some serious moments. Like, I don't know, I'm just a very goofy person, so I like having a good chuckle.
I think you can have goofy moments
Yeah.
while also
Yeah,
being
because like
serious.
obviously like last session was like a big like BBEG combat. Like
Yeah. I think when it comes to storytelling, it's how you lead into it, right?
I
Because
mean-
for instance, in my session, like the moment before they actually went down to see that their party member was dead, the sort of barbarian Simic hybrid in our group rolled like a nat 1 and on like investigation,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was like,
'cause
you
that's a
find a fucking stick.
yeah, the stick.
And this
and that has
stick-
become a core component of his character.
Yes, he has been
Which
flanderized
is-
to be a stick person,
Yeah.
and
I mean, yeah.
so that moment was pretty funny because he's like memorized by the stick and was like, haha, let's laugh at the stupid
Mesmerized.
barbarian. Yeah, whatever. I don't fucking care. He was like, be a Johnny character. I don't care.
Well, was in the middle of dying.
Yeah,
He's
he was.
just looking at
yeah.
a stick. And I'm texting Chris in the chat. Privately.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm dying in
Yeah.
the basement, and they're talking about sticks. Seriously?
How
Yeah,
long was the
yeah.
conversation about sticks?
About an hour.
Jesus.
No, it wasn't an hour. It was like a good 5-minute bit where he was memorizing.
Well, no, I mean in game time, not in. Not
yeah.
real time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like he was focused on the stick, right? And then obviously the next bit is where you reveal the serious shit.
Yeah.
It's like after that, I say you guys like creep in to the basement, and with each step you get closer and closer, and it gets darker and darker and shit like that. And then when it's revealed, I describe something with no jokes,
Yeah.
straightforward. They completely forgot about this stick shit like 5 minutes prior,
I mean,
Oh yeah.
and
this
they were
is-
focused about the moment at hand. It's taking moments and just sort of just like moving past them and
How-
not acknowledging them once you get to the serious
with how I DM, like, I make sure, like, I am fully capable of creating emotional scenes. I know that for sure. Because, like, I had one because, like, after a big combat I had last session with the paladin of our group finally was able to fulfill their oath of vengeance to be able to take out their mortal enemy. And afterwards, they just had a moment of clarity and, like, what do I do now? And then I pulled them aside, had a session where like they were able to contact their god and find a new oath, one of more peace and flame. And it's a one I made myself. I called Oath of the Sun Soldier. It's pretty much all about being a beacon of hope and lighting the path.
Yeah.
And so that's just pretty much what I described to him, just being able to be this wonderful beacon and being able to inspire those he meets.
And
at the
I think
end-
what you did there too is actually pretty good,
and
right?
then
Because
at the end,
you extracted him from that moment to focus on something serious, which
also
is pretty
at the
good.
end, it was very emotional because this dude got trapped. This paladin dude got trapped in a crystal for like 18 millennia, and so like obviously all his family friends are dead, and so at the end of it, his god pointed him to a table where his mother and father were waiting, and the father was said, "Well, I've come for dinner," and it was just very emotional.
Yeah.
They drive it home, and like that is that's what I love to do, just be able to get that emotion out of them. Because like honestly, describing it, I tear up a bit, and I know my players really value it as well. So honestly, that's probably one of the main reasons why I love it, this game, because just of how much emotion I can get out of it.
Oh, I agree, because like D&D, at least in my perspective, it's all about moments. It's creating moments that you could retell, right? Like for instance, like that moment where it's like coming home from dinner, like that's a great moment that it could be like capsulized and retold multiple times, and it's always a good moment to share, you know. And that's the thing about D&D, moments could be whatever the hell they want. It could be like a sad moment, it could be a funny moment, a happy moment, and an empowering moment, and it's all about building to those moments in a campaign that really makes it work in terms of storytelling.
Because I felt like the finale for this, at least this part of my campaign, it was great, it was beautiful. Because the combat I ran for that, I had planned that. I fully expected them to at least lose, or at least one of them to die, but no one did.
Yeah.
And they were just so tactical and smart about it, and like I was so proud. Shout out to, if my players are watching, y'all. The DM is very proud of you right now. If any of my players are watching right now, comment below.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, comment below your favorite part of the campaign and give yourself a pat on the back.
Yes.
Y'all have been fun.
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
I don't know if you hear it from the microphone.
I probably will.
I can't clap, but
Oh yeah, you don't have hands.
I don't have one of my hands right now.
Snap.
What are you doing with that other hand? Oh my goodness.
No, you're disgusting.
Seth!
Shut up!
Oh
shut
God!
Up, shut up, Chris!
You're-
Shut up!
Oh my
Gross.
goodness!
We just ended this very emotional thing about how much we love this storytelling, and then just immediately.
It's the little moments, you see.
Yeah.
That's
Moments. No, why is
Yeah,
your hand
I
fucked
can-
up, though, for real?
I cut my hand. So
Yeah, what
Okay,
happened
so
with
my-
your hands?
this morning, we were deconstructing some of the stuff that we built for like climbing and stuff for the little kids,
Oh,
and
fun.
we'd use bungee cords and duct tape.
Oh,
which-
that sounds
if you-
terrifying.
Yeah, it gets better. So we strapped a giant mat on top of like a climbing castle thing, and because my teammates decided I was in charge of taking it apart, I cut the piece of tape, and the bungee cord just whipped through and just yanked
Oh,
through the
God.
webbing between my thumb and pointer finger on my right
Oh.
hand, which is not great given that I am right-handed, but
Yeah.
Ooh, damn.
we are bearing through it at this point. And my brother taped it up so I can
Like actual tape?
sort of use my hand. Well, no, Band-Aid and medical tape.
No, you just slap some flex tape on there.
Yeah.
If I had flex tape, I 100% would.
That shit would be
Without
infected the
question.
next day.
Oh, it would be worth it though.
You
absolutely
become
worth
John.
it.
You just become JonTron and just like, again, I'll try to put this in the corner again. Just flex tape, man.
I'm perfect.
I'm perfect.
Let me die. No. Yeah, no. To go back to beautiful moments in Dungeons and Dragons, I have not been in D&D for that long.
Yeah.
But the ending to last session, the funeral for
Yeah.
my character.
Chris told me all about that.
Yeah, that was so heartbreaking. I'm genuinely saying that I was absolutely crying.
Yeah.
Equal parts between the good storytelling and the song selection that he chose.
Mhm.
But I can't speak for the rest of the party, but I am fairly certain that they were not dry-eyed.
Yeah, I can assume. I can assume.
Yeah, it was crazy because like my intention was to like send your character off in a meaningful way, because like that's the thing about D&D,
Yeah.
right? And I like how this turned into a D&D podcast, but
I mean, we
so
started as a movie
we'll go
podcast.
somewhere else after this.
We started as a movie podcast.
That's true. But like that's the thing about D&D sometimes I feel like is kind of overlooked is that like when a character dies, you kind of just have to quickly move on, right? Or something like that. You know, it's just kind of like there's no time to just let it sit and just analyze that, you know, a person who's been with you at the beginning of the campaign is now gone. I've been a part of campaigns where like my character would die and you know, I'm already thinking about my next character and you know, because it's the story, you just kind of because the DM's trying to get like a message or a story across, they kind of just like that happened, let's move on, you know, we'll grief about it later. I was like, no, I want to give Daph's character like a moment where we could just like sit down and just like feel that shit.
Yeah,
you know? Because I am attached to Orain, which is Steph's character.
Yeah.
I'm attached to him as a person because like as a DM I had so many plans for him and you know I did like a deep dive into his character, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when he left, I was like, oh, this fucking sucks.
I mean,
you know, because
player death is just something very upsetting. No matter what.
Yeah.
Like as a DM, you feel a tiny, at least for me, like you feel a bit of guilt for like killing them off.
I didn't.
You did not feel guilt.
No, my character did some very stupid shit
You
that
didn't feel
just
guilt.
led
I
to.
know.
I gave this man like 5 different opportunities to turn
I don't
down,
know,
but
like,
he went
'cause
in,
with
and I was like,
my-
I guess I have to do it.
I don't
you
know how mine died was just like they were in combat with a very powerful mage in this room. They were filled in with just full of different booby traps, and so they just set it in a trap where like the party was unable to get to him, and he ended up dying by falling into a trap door and getting impaled.
Yeah.
I was left alone and got eaten alive.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it.
So the party was upset. Like we had a bit of time to mourn, but then I blew up the place they've been living in for like most of the campaign. So
Yeah.
eh.
I think
I don't know. I added insult to injury.
I think moments of loss, right? Whether it's like a place of residence, like the place you blew up, or like, you know, the loss of a party member. I think those events are like one of the best, and this is gonna sound weird, but it's like one of the best ways to sort of like have a role play moment. Because you could just like role play in any scenario, right? And they're role playing on the way to the next city, or like, you know, like you're trying to find the person and you're just talking to each other. But like in a moment where consequences are absolutely apparent, you know, like death, having the remaining party members just sort of sit down, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. I sat them down at a bar so they could just talk shit out. And because I'm playing with some really phenomenal people, they took that fucking ball and they ran with it. And it was like one of the best moments that I've ever. It's like the second best moment I've ever had at D&D.
I don't know.
I have to say the funniest part of that whole thing though, that just kind of it worked thematically, but it was just really funny, was Nate going, "Have we ordered food yet?"
Yeah,
Which was hilarious.
He's like, "I'm hungry. I'm sad."
Let me eat my feelings.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, let's just, you know, you got food."
Yeah, so it just really is. Like, I like being nice to my players. Don't get me wrong, but like, there are times when I'm starting to realize that, like, Iron Fist, you gotta clamp down the Iron Fist. You gotta put your foot down. You gotta be a little mean. Because, like, I have a lot of mean shit planned. Spoilers if my players are listening right now. I kind of doubt they are.
You never know.
I don't know. No one. I would be pleasantly surprised if they listened. Also, I would probably give them an inspiration point. What?
Quote, if next time you see Pi, say this to him to confirm that you've seen the podcast. Say alphabet people to him, and that lets him know that you've seen the podcast, and he'll give you an inspiration point. How about that?
I hate you. And
Yes.
with that, I think we can call it the episode. Seth, Chris, thank you for joining me.
No
Either
problem.
have any
Thank you for
finishing
having
words?
us.
You have any final words?
I'll watch more Marvel movies for next conversation. But then I'll try and do some research.
Yes. And I will say it again. Shout out to my good friend EK Throwback. I will link them in the description. Please follow them, Twitter, Instagram. Just support them. Get a commission from them. They deserve it. They are awesome. She is just an awesome, phenomenal person. Okay, and this has been In the Oven with Pie, and we're coming out fresh.